Japan's Nuclear Safety Agency will raise the crisis level at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant from 5 to 7, the worst on the international scale. The Nuclear and Industrial Safety Agency made the decision on Monday. It says the damaged facility has been releasing a massive amount of radioactive substances, which is a threat to human health and the environment over a wide area. It used the International Nuclear and Radiological Event Scale, or INES, to gauge the level. The scale was designed by an international group of experts to measure the gravity of nuclear events based on ratings of 0 to 7. On March 18th, 1 week after the massive quake, the agency declared the Fukushima crisis a level 5. That is the same as 3 Mile Island in the United States in 1979. Level 7 has only been applied to Chernobyl in the former Soviet Union in 1986. At the time, hundreds of thousands of terabecquerels of radioactive iodine-131 were released into the air. 1 terabecquerel is 1 trillion becquerels. It believes the cumulative amount from the Fukushima plant is less than that of Chernobyl. Officials from the agency and the Nuclear Safety Commission will hold a news conference on Tuesday morning to explain the change in evaluation. At the disaster-hit Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, efforts to bring the situation under control continue. Radioactive substances are still being released into the air and sea. The government has announced that it will expand its evacuation zone near the crippled plant, while experts say it will take a long time to stabilize the situation.
There are areas outside of the 20-kilometer radius which, due to weather and geographical conditions, have locally higher deposition of radioactive material from the nuclear power plant and higher cumulative doses. Staying in such areas for 6 months or 1 year could mean even higher cumulative doses. We have therefore designated such areas as planned evacuation areas.
People living in the expanded evacuation area are to be asked to leave their homes within a month or so. Edano said the amount of annual radiation exposure in the zone could exceed 20 millisieverts. The annual safety standard set by some international organizations is 20 to 100 millisieverts.
Just got some updated information that's been published on the Kyoto News' website from somebody within inside the Japanese government. I'm going to read it to you. Japan may increase the severity level of the accident at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant to a level 7 from a level 5. The Nuclear Safety Commission of Japan released a preliminary calculation on Monday saying that the crippled Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant had been releasing up to 10,000 terabecquerels of radioactive materials per hour at some point after the massive quake which hit on March 11th. The disclosure prompted the government to consider raising the accident's severity level to level 7, the worst on an international scale from the current 5. Government sources have told us. The level 7 on the International Nuclear Event Scale has only ever been applied once, and that was in 1986 to the Chernobyl catastrophe. The current provisional evaluation of 5 is at the same level of the 3 Mile Island incident in the United States in 1979. According to an evaluation by the INES, level 7 accidents correspond with a release into the external environment of radioactive materials equaling to more than tens of thousands of terabecquerels of radioactive iodine-131. 1 terabecquerel equals 1 trillion becquerels. So here we have, at some point, there's been a release of 10,000 terabecquerels of radioactive iodine into the atmosphere. So if 1 terabecquerel equals 1 trillion becquerels, we have, these numbers are just insane, 10,000 trillion becquerels of radioactive iodine has been released into the atmosphere. Doesn't say anything about cesium at this point. Now the thing is, if you remember, people, the government was everybody was panicking about the water supply in Tokyo when 100 becquerels was detected there. Now the thing is, the 100 becquerels was the safety limit set for children, because the 100 becquerels could cause damage to children if they ingested the water. What we're talking about here is 10,000 trillion becquerels of radioactive iodine being released into the atmosphere. Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're all okay. Unfortunately I haven't got any good news to bring. I've just been watching the 6 AM Tokyo news about 10 minutes ago, and it has been confirmed that the situation at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant is now a level 7 nuclear disaster, the same status that was given to Chernobyl. The reason for that is due to the increasing amount of radiation which has been emitted into the atmosphere, into the environment, into the water, the vegetation, food, soil, fish. You know, this is the situation. They couldn't keep it at a level 5 any longer. It's blatantly obvious for the world to see that this is a nuclear disaster of great magnitude. It's not nowhere near the scale that the 3 Mile Island incident was.
And this is the Kyoto news that's referring to the press release, and you can see here tens of thousands terabecquerels of radioactive iodine 131. 1 terabecquerel equals 1 trillion becquerels. As usual, the media are giving no context to the figures they're giving out. They're just providing essential facts that they can't get away with hiding, and relying on the fact that they're providing no context to people means people are not unduly concerned, because they should be concerned, and it would be duly correct to be concerned, because this is a very worrying situation. I found this report on the 23rd of March from BBC, where it says Tokyo's tap water is unfit for babies to drink following radiation. I've looked through it and I can't see any reference to a number at all. It just says things like twice above the safe level. However, I went to whatever, Reuters, I think it is, the 23rd of March, same day, so same essential report, and there is a figure here. Tokyo authorities said water at a purification plant for the capital of 13 million people had 210 becquerels of radioactive iodine, more than twice the safety level for infants. That gives some context to the figures of tens of thousands of terabecquerels, which is quite a terrifying number. And why isn't it headline news?